More college students than ever before are discovering the dangers that accompany underage drinking. Tonight, we follow the story of one young man that discovers how quickly a fun night out with friends can spell disaster. Brian McLean, a sophomore at Gonzaga University, had just finished classes on Friday when he received an invitation to a party by his friend Jeff. An invitation that sounded too good to turn down.
Just a few of us are hanging out, we're having some beers, having some barbecuing going on.
We're just hanging out, watching some TV, chilling, beers, brats, women.
He was just hassling us like crazy, and finally I was like, hey Brian, you know what, there's a lot of people coming into this party. You want to go run the door?
I'll be the bouncer. Give me a few beers. I'll be the bouncer. Okay. So I'm the bouncer.
Thank God, jeez. So we just went off upstairs and had a good time, and it was fun. So
the night continued to escalate. Brian was enjoying his new duty as a bouncer, and game after game of beer pong was leading to Brian's quick intoxication.
The beers are flowing. I don't even know how many I've had by this point.
I think he had 2, and he started another one, but threw up a bit in his mouth and then put it down. And then I think he went back to the mics.
McLean could not resist the sugary sweetness of the fruity beverage, a drink that goes down like a fruit juice but hits like a cocktail. It was the fruity juice that would ultimately have the last laugh. So tragic, take him away. As the night began to wind down, Jeff and Brian left the party on foot. The walk home was uneventful until Brian had the sudden urge to use the restroom. Jeff proposed a solution.
It's like, well, just go on Safeway, man. I mean, this guy, I'm headed up to here with this kid. And so he starts taking a piss, and then I see this cop roll around.
It's still midstream, so I'm trying to cut off flow, you know? That stings.
And then it slows down right behind him, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this, I'm out.
Don't try to run. And that is when my sobriety came to me like it hit me in the side of the head with a brick.
At that moment, Brian awaited his fate. He clenched his fist and braced himself for the worst. Bob Cepeda, the officer that responded to the scene, had some harsh words.
Do you understand that had an individual 14 years of age or younger viewed this, that now that's an indecent exposure, which is a felony in the state of Washington, which can get you registered as a sex offender?
And then he just starts freaking out like crazy, and I mean, just pisses all down his pants. It was just awful. I mean, and I was just kind of standing there in the corner, just like, really? Oh man, that's sad. I've never seen a guy cry that much, honestly.
You know, after a series of questions and answers and this and that, they finally let me go.
I think they just kind of left him there, and so it was kind of this poor picture of this annoying kid on the street, and they just kind of rolled off, and yeah.
Looking back at what could have happened, McLean maintains an optimistic attitude.
But I knew, you know, power right here, that they weren't going to do that because I know how to work those cops.
Brian McLean's story serves as a constant reminder of the dangers that can accompany reckless partying. On that night, trouble was spelled B-E-E-R. Reporting, Sebastian Robertson, GU-TV.
Clear.
Oh, thank God. That was so lame.
It's good, man. Hey, it was good.
Oh,
come
your
on.
part
Hey,
was
come
good.
on. Come on.
You pissed on the wall?
Cameraman.